My name is Lucrecia. I am a director of the puppet workshop for Earth Celebration. So I am making this video live from a Earth Celebration page. Today is supposed to do a workshop, to make a workshop at Lower East Side, 6th Street on the center, community center. Supposed to be the session number 6 with volunteers, April 4th. But since we realized it wasn't possible to continue going to the center, we have to take a decision to go to a plan B, I can say. And I brought the masks home. There are many volunteers. They really wanted to help me continue with this process. But I said to them, thank you so much, even if they are young people. I am kind of a vulnerable person, I can say. So I have to take care of me, my husband, my kids. Even my kids, they don't want to see me because they want me at home. So Pedro and Rosa always offer help. I'm kind of far, so you need to take many different public transportation to get to my home right now. But we are doing the best we can. I really enjoy this work. Paper mache is a long process. Imagine we started from February 29. I'm reading right now my schedule on a normal days. February 29, we start to prepare the room, and we make the structure for to be ready to adding the clay. There are different pictures, session by session, so if you just enjoy this video today, there are videos for the session before, and even from February 29, we have picture and videos what we did, so you are not losing any of this information step by step. Even now, I'm going to explain one of the process I made last week with another two faces in the back. Today, under the normal days, I have to add paper mache in the borders of the mask, and also fabric mache inside. So, but first I'm going to show the 3 different characters I'm working with this year. I will start with this piece. So we as an organization, Earth Celebration, we are working for many years. I can say 30 years. Felicia can tell me if it's exactly 30 years or more. But I enjoyed Earth Celebrations, I believe in the end of 2001 or 2, and I was a volunteer. Actually was just moving from Boston, and my daughter, she found a flyer on the floor in the street and said, "Mommy, maybe you can help here or do something," because they make puppet, and I was working in Boston with different events, like first night event. We were making masks and characters for many years in Boston under the guide and Eric Bornstein, my professor, mask maker, and puppeteer. So he was my mentor in that times, and continue actually. But I went, my daughter suggested, Mommy, you can do something. I wasn't working at that time. And I said, oh, maybe I can do something. And I became a volunteer. And I did for 2 years, I think. And after I started being a director of the puppet workshop, I really felt like the cause about that time Earth Celebration, promoting all the topics about the take care of the environment, all that issues make me think about, oh my God, in New York, especially Lower East Side, there were a lot of different community gardens. I didn't have any idea, just moving from Boston. My idea of New York was all the time, okay, all buildings, high buildings. And I was very, I can say, obsessive about this tall building. I all the time was looking upstairs, trying to find the gargoyles. But when I enjoy our celebration, I look down and say, wow, New York, downtown, Lower East Side, it's a very nice community. And they are fighting for something very important, provide community garden to that neighborhood, yes? So I really enjoy, I understand all the idea Felicia had for many years, and I support her for many years. And I have to tell the truth, many volunteers enjoyed that or this event, this program, and this idea. And from Felicia's idea, many other people spread all this knowledge, and they got the idea to do also a community garden in another boroughs. So they brought this idea to another boroughs. In some way, it was good because that is the idea. When you work with the community, you want to tell the people what is important, yes? But at the same time, reduce the amount of money Earth Celebration could get, because all this money would get all these new organizations. That is the thing I understand happen. So it's doing something good, but at the same time provokes some struggles in the organization. And I believe it take a long time to get money and grants. So because for a period of time, this another group were also investing time and effort to encourage the people to work in the community gardens, etc. The money was reduced, so our celebration find another way we can also get grant, and our celebration, Felicia Young, also start seeing another aspect of the city and needed to be aware. That was the year, I don't remember exactly what year it was, but for next session I will tell you exactly. We start focusing in the Hudson River. So that was a very important move to another subjects and researching. So we start researching about all the species from the river, Hudson River. And it's another moment I learned a little more about the city. Okay, I learned a lot about the Lower East Side needs community garden. But now there are another aspect, the pollution and the contamination of the Hudson River. There are many organizations working in that, but not any organization making the people aware in the way Earth Celebration was focusing. Earth Celebration is based in invited artists, visual artists, teaching artists, musicians, costume designers, music bands, choreographers, etc., to express through their talent to make the people, make the community aware, not just the community from that certain area, because through the media we can show this important thing. We need to focus and fix it. Right now, that is the way we are doing. So we are using this technology we never used before. It's my first time, the third one actually, making live stream on the Facebook. I never pay attention to that, but I think it's urgent to continue to make the people aware, especially under these circumstances. How I was listening the news yesterday about how important is cancel and stop and break down all the wet market where the people go and buy animals are under high contamination. So we need to preserve our place where we live, not just for us, for the future generation. So this is a brief introduction, brief long introduction, whatever, but I really think I needed to tell a little history about what is my experience as director of the puppet workshop. This experience combined with another thing I do by myself in my studio make me improve. And the thing I do usually is connect subjects to my own project, and that is how we are improving ourselves. I certainly know many volunteers, after enjoy our workshop, always they say, "Oh my God, I have fun coming back. Oh, I'm so sorry I cannot come back next week, but week after I'm coming." They really enjoy. That is very important. But it's a good environment. But at the same time, they receive the seeds to bring to another areas. Not just telling about what they did, is what they did and why they did this. Why? What is the purpose of this? This is not just having fun and the end make a parade. No, it's all process important since the beginning to the end. Now, I'm going to tell in what step I am right now. During the week, I cut the edges of the characters. Remember, we took the piece from the clay, yes? So when we think about character, we have to think the character I'm going to bring in my backpack or I'm holding with a stick is just the paper mache piece. It's not like 75 or 70 pounds of clay holding. It's just light. Look, this is the light is. I hold with my fingers. It's super light. So this character is called carbon sequestration. Carbon sequestration means all the places where we can storage the carbon. You will see in the next session this under the design I made, but what are the places where the carbon are stored? Is plant, soil, coastal wetlands, mangroves, and seagrasses. There are more, but that are the one I designed. Let me see if I can see that one. Yes. So carbon sequestration. You can see here plants, soil, coastal wetlands, mangroves, and sea grass. Let me see. You are. Oh, I need to see if this is. I think this is working. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that one. What I did with this piece, carbon sequestration, was cut the edge, all this edge here. This is the piece. And inside here, you can see the newspaper. That was the first layer we made. I did some mistake. I believe was my mistake, yes. But I cut one of these edges here by mistake. I didn't see, wasn't very clear the part here. You see all these sand edges. But here I cut by mistake. So I had to add the extra because it didn't look good. One side was at this level and another one was not even. It's important for the visual aspect. It's important. There are sometimes need to be a symmetry. Sometimes needs and sometimes don't. But in this case, I consider I really need to have a symmetry in this piece with the sun. Imagine the sun in this way. Some wrong, yes? Okay. So what I did was use the extra cardboards I have. For example, when I cut, this is, for example, the extra paper mache cardboard I got. So I used certain of these pieces to add and remake the ear. I can consider the ear because it's very close to the ear, human ears. So, and I add and I use staples to connect the pieces. You can see the staples there. And I use tape, I use whatever I can use in the way to attach to the piece. It's not too strong, but when we add the paper, fabric or paper mache first with paper, and fabric is not going to be a big deal. You see the staples? So I add and I remade extra edge. Yeah, that is the thing I did. So I always said, do not worry when you work in paper mache, there are never a mistake. So you can refix it, you can remake again. So that one is the piece called carbon sequestration. Yeah. Now I have another piece. Was the piece called zero waste? This is zero waste piece. What that means? Zero waste means zero waste is a goal. The goal is guide the people to change their lifestyles and practices conserving and recovering all resources.